Pokemon Emerald. This time I'm doing it during the day and not at night, which is a terrible idea because it's hot as fuck. Word of advice for anyone who does Let's Plays. If you can somehow, I don't know if it's possible, but if you can somehow get a microphone that doesn't pick up like fan noises and stuff like that, do it. Because I don't have that. And as a result, I suffer in the summer, which is why videos slowed down, why I made that update saying it's too fucking hot. But then I was like, wait, I still should make videos anyways. That's true. If you wanna do well on YouTube, you gotta upload consistently, and that's something I've always struggled with. Cause I'm just like, I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a flying fuck. I could do whatever I want. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your YouTube channel. I'm doing whatever I want with my YouTube channel, even if it's not the best thing in the world. I'd say it's not like I'm doing like crazy shit for the channel, but I'm just having a good time. I'm just having a good time. Carvanha. So is Carvanha based off of a piranha? Because it evolves into a shark, and I don't remember that part of real life evolution. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe piranhas did evolve into sharks, but for some reason that doesn't sound right. Because under my impression, I always figured that piranhas were always the aggressive ones. And that sharks only really attack you if you're like dripping in blood and they can smell the blood, and then they're like, oh my god, I'm a shark, dudes. I gotta have blood. I gotta have it. That was always my impression of sharks and piranhas, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't understand a thing about nature. Because nature is a beautiful thing. Nature helped creatures evolve into horrible abominations, like, you know, I can't think of any animal I'd actually consider a horrible abomination, so just pretend I didn't say that. All animals are beautiful. Whatever. Free the animals, I don't know. Oh hey, what's up? Must have drifted off while I was drifting in the waves. I'm pretty sure that's dangerous. This guy is really just like swimming in the ocean. This guy is he just fell asleep while he was swimming. Dude, how are you not dead? Like, did your face just not go into the water? Were you floating that much? Maybe he's got like one of those pool beds. You know what I mean? Like the floaty pool beds? I don't know what they're called exactly, but they're like, you can just lay on them in the pool. And they're really good. I wish I remember what they were called, but I think you know what I mean. If you've ever been in a pool. This is a show for pool fans only. If you're not a pool fan, you have to stop watching. Oh, Gex. I'll level up. Oh. Tentacool. I already talked about the episode with Tentacool from the anime, where Tentacool just killed everyone, or Tentacruel. And now that I'm thinking about it more, it kind of reminds me of Sonic Adventure 1, that episode where Tentacruel's like destroying shit, because from my knowledge, nobody actually died in that episode, and it's basically the same in Sonic Adventure 1, where all of a sudden, once Perfect Chaos starts wrecking shit in the city, and like the entire place is flooded, all the people are just gone. Not a soul in sight. It's amazing. It's like, if you're gonna have a giant catastrophe like that, have the guts to show people dying. Like, come on. I mean, I guess I can understand for Pokemon, because death is not... But even then, death has been explored a couple of times in Pokemon. There's the Lavender Town shit. There's the episode of Pokemon where Ash dies. There's the movie where Ash dies. So I don't see why they can't just say that people are dying. Kids can handle it. I guess mass death might be a bit much. I can see that. But I mean, I don't know, it just feels weird that it's just like nobody actually died. Everyone's okay. Like, really? Everyone? In this giant flooded city, there's not a single casualty? All of the, like, hundreds of thousands of people living here, not a single one dropped dead? Not a single one drowned? Not a single one got whipped in the face by Tentacruel's tentacle? I find that hard to believe, but, I mean, you could say it if you want. I guess you can. You going out to the abandoned ship? That's what all the kids do these days. They love abandoned ships. I took a survey in school for one of my classes. I don't know which one. There was actually a class I had to take a survey for. That was for sociology. So, for the sake of this joke, let's just say I had to take a survey for my sociology class, and it was asking, how many of you want to explore the abandoned ship? And all of them said, I do. All of them were like, yes, I would like to explore the abandoned ship. It's a very popular tourist attraction. What on earth would compel you to come here? You must be very curious. Why are you here? How are you gonna talk down to me and then... Fuck you. Man, I don't understand people in this Pokemon world. How you gonna, like, call me out for coming to the abandoned ship for no real reason when you're just hanging out in this cabin like it's your damn home? There's a good, like, 99% chance this lady has just been in this ship all this time since it sank. She just never bothered to leave. She never, like, called for help. She was just like, yeah, I guess this is where I live and die now. She doesn't care. This is her home. Horsey. Now, that's a Pokemon I haven't seen in years. Horsey's like a weirdly rare Pokemon. I like never see Horsey mentioned. Or I never see Horsey in games. Or Horsey's kind of just there. It's not even like it's a particularly forgettable Pokemon. I remember Misty in the anime had a Horsey, so you'd think Horsey would have a bigger presence, but not really. Might also be due to the fact that Seadra is just kind of underwhelming, and Kingdra doesn't come in till Gen 2. But Horsey's just unnecessarily rare. Oh, thanks for the memento. I really want this crazy lady living in a boat to fucking call me. It's like the Disney Channel show Sweet Life on Deck, where they decided, you know what, the next evolution of this show has gotta be Zack and Cody live on a boat. I'm obviously giving that to Beefy Boy. There ain't nobody else I could give it to. But Disney fucking... I don't even truly know what was up with the Sweet Life of Zack. It wasn't a bad show. I remember enjoying it as a kid. But why did they make a boat sequel to it, where they're on a boat? I think it was because they had, like, school on a boat, but also, who has school on a boat? Like, Zack and Cody's mom was not like a rich person. The reason she lived in the hotel is because she worked there. Not because she could afford to pay for a fucking hotel room every day. Because sometimes, hotel rooms sometimes be expensive, man. Oh, shit. Okay, don't worry, I could just edit that out. Okay. But, Zach, why did she just, was like, okay, you guys, you're gonna go on a boat school for boat people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of witty commentary to make on that. I just don't know. Getting queasy. Oh. Well, at least I didn't have to look at puke. I could be grateful for that. Thank God it's not puke. Take that escape rope. I'll take any escape rope. Get the fuck out of this crazy place. Dive ball. That's not a terrible item, but I mean, I'm not really catching them all. Hey, little kid. Yay, it's a ship. It's a ship that has holes in it and is dangerous, and I could die if I fall. Yay! What's so funny about having my inner tube around the ship? Well, I must admit I don't have an answer to that. I mean, it's not... Maybe the dudes at Game Freak were like, oh yeah, this is funny. This kid's carrying around an inner tube in an abandoned ship. That is high-class comedy. When really, it's just like... I mean, how else is he gonna get out of the abandoned ship? Like, is he really gonna float on Meryl? Meryl's fucking 1 foot nothing. Little mouse piece of shit. That kid'll drown before Meryl takes him anywhere. So I don't know. I don't know a lot. Strength and compassion, those are the trainer's treasures. I'm not good at swimming, but I am good at battles. I'll be the judge of that. Of course, ruined Maniac Garrison. Where have I heard the name Garrison before? For some reason, when I heard Garrison, the first thing my mind went to was the fucking old turtle from Undertale that appears. I don't think his name was Garrison, but he was like a shopkeep. I just remember in the No Mercy run, he just taunted you. He was like, you'll have no power over me in this realm, boy. And it was like, well, I must admit that you're right. I must admit that you're right. Oh no, I can't take the revive. What item can I get rid of? Attack stat, give one to Kiwi and I'll give the other to Beefy Boy. Beef these boys up. Because revives are useful. I'm not doing a Nuzlocke, so I need those revives. Hey, what's up? We are searching for treasures, but we found a trainer instead. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? I'm gonna ruin your guy's day. Fucking public displays of affection. Not on this crazy boat. Was like Game Freak trying to push like Volbeat and Elomise as a couple? Like, is that what they were trying to do? That also could have been what they were trying to do with like the Nidorans. I don't understand it. You don't need to couple Pokemon together, in my opinion. It's just you don't gotta do it. They're animals. And what are you? An animal? Shh. I'm now realizing that I still got a long way to go to the right of the ocean. And Gex is out of Leaf Blade. I think I can get Ice Beam. That'll be a really useful move when I get Spiel. That reminds me that a long time ago I did a playthrough of Pokemon Platinum. And one of the Pokemon I used was a breeded Rhyhorn I had that had Ice Beam as like a baby move or something. You probably could have taught it as like, what is it, a TM? But I was just like, aw yeah, I've got the coolest Rhydon, who would soon be a Rhyperior. This motherfucker's got Ice Beam, and I thought that was the dopest thing. I was really convinced, like, this is it. This is the greatest Pokemon, even though Rhyperior has 0 special attack. So, for the most part, in most of the game, it was useless. However, there was one moment that ascended that Rhyperior to godhood. So I was battling Cynthia, and she's a rough fight. Cynthia, probably one of the hardest champions to beat, though none of the champions are really that easy to beat. So I battle her, I get to her final Pokemon, Garchomp, and that Garchomp starts beating down on all of my Pokemon. Literally none of them can do anything to it, and they all end up dying. But then I get Rhyperior out. And this dude tanks hits like a motherfucker. Like, that Earthquake doesn't even do half damage. So, with Garchomp at mostly full health, I just started beating down on him with Ice Beam. And it worked. It worked out so well. That Garchomp was no match for Rhyperior. Though I will admit I cheaped it out with healing items. Still, I was very proud of that Rhyperior. Wonder where that Rhyperior is now. I wonder if he's in my Sun game. Where's he? I wonder if I still have him. His name was Ryder, so I'd have to check. But this guy was a god among men. He might have died in the Great Pokemon Bank incident where I lost my 3DS, so I also lost my Pokemon Bank account. Thank you, Nintendo, for not having cloud saves until the Nintendo Switch Online, which isn't even out yet. Thank you so much. Also, Gex evolved. Sorry, I just kind of pushed that to the side. I was really determined to tell this story about Ryder the Rhyperior. Also, yes, it was spelled in a way that was supposed to be a pun on Rhyhorn. Because I'm very clever and original. You could tell, because all my Pokemon names are just so original. I mean, Kiwi and Anna are kinda not. Beefy Boy's original. You know what, actually I'm more original than I thought. Except maybe for Gex's name. I feel like a lot of people have done the Gex Trico joke. It's either that or they do Geico. That's what I used to do a lot. I used to name my Tricos Geico. Because that was just what you did. But, I mean, I don't know. Nicknames for Pokemon can be whatever the hell you want. Unless they have swears. Swears aren't allowed anymore. They put a big old ban on swearing. This is a no-fuck zone. Which I guess makes sense, because you don't want, like, swear word Pokemons on, like, the GTS. But also I think they already banned that on the GTS. And I know this because of Cofrugigas. That got banned because it had a certain F word in it. And it's not the fuck word. It's the other one that you don't want to say because it's bad. I know there's some people on YouTube who will say it, but I won't. I'm above that kind of lowbrow humor. It's not lowbrow humor, it's just offensive. And I mean, I'll say fuck words, but there's a line I draw when it comes to obscenities. I gotta draw a line in the sand, dude. See, I'll say fuck words, but I won't say homophobia words. Gay rights. Well, shit. None of these Pokemon are really that good in terms of HP. Maybe Beefy Boy will be better when he evolves, but I don't think I want to do that. PP up. I don't really want to do either. So what the fuck do I do? I don't know. Get rid of this shit. No bitter power. I treat my Pokemon right. They don't need bitter herbs. It's not what they want. That's not what your Pokemon wants. Now, why did I use Double Team? Use that wing attack. My dream is to swim the world's 7 seas. Wonder what the next Pokemon... That got me thinking what the next Pokemon region could be, because they've gone off the walls with the past 3 entries. They went... The first 4 were all based in Japan. They were all different regions of Japan. But then Gen 5 was based off of, like, America, there's definitely influences of New York City in, what was the place called? It was the big hub city of the game, with all the ports and shit. Was that Castelia? I think Castelia was another game. It's a completely different thing. But they had that. Gen 6 was based off of France. Paris, France, I think. I might be getting my geology wrong, but that sounds about right. But I don't know. I don't know. Here I go saying I don't know again. But I think I'm done with Pokemon. I've decided I'm done with this episode. It's going on for a long time. So let's just get out of here. Let's go. I didn't mean to do that. But you can if you want. Imprison. Get rid of that shitty move. I don't need that garbage. Shit. Get this guy out of here. Alright, that's enough Pokemon for now.